In the upcoming semester, I'm going to be teaching the course Global Social Problems once again. This time I'm going to change it up a little bit because I'm working with an organization on the campus called Laudato Si, which is an organization that follows Pope Francis's objective of bringing a focus on sustainability to the Catholic Church. And so I teach at a Catholic school, and so Pope Francis's book on sustainability can also be a central aspect of this course. We do use this textbook, Global Problems. I was just looking at the contents of the chapters and how well they align with the United Nations Sustainable Developmental Goals. And so the first chapter on social class really aligns well with goals number 1, 2, and 10. I wanted to pair the relevant chapters in the textbook along with the United Nations Sustainable Developmental Goals so that students can really take the lessons and the sociological concepts of the textbook and apply it to this particular institution, the United Nations, to understand the role of the United Nations in global relations, and then to focus these sustainable development goals on a particular region or a particular country that the student follows throughout the semester. Another challenge that I'm dealing with in teaching this course is, of course, now we're in the context of AI, and a lot of students use AI to write their papers for them. And so I have to really ensure that students are doing the reading, doing that critical thinking, learning these sociological concepts. And so a lot of the assignments are going to be shifted into the classroom where we do pen and paper writing inside the classroom so students can really practice not only the physical movements of writing with pen and paper, which is, a dying practice, but also just taking that time and the quiet to reflect and come up with your own thoughts on remembering the concepts and being able to apply them to global social problems that we're studying in the class. We'll still have quizzes online on Canvas to ensure that folks know what their readings assigned are, but also just that any writings that's done, such as discussion board writings, they need to also be presented in some way. And so in the new era also, when we consider that AI might do all the writings for students, one of the skills that we can be teaching in college is just about presentation. And so when you get a job and you go out into the world, you're going to be doing lots of presentations in the white collar workforce, if that's where you end up. And so presenting material and being able to summarize material, to answer questions on that material, to come across as knowledgeable, and just to present yourself well is part of the challenges of the job market. And so I also want to have students do either in-class presentations where they're not boring, they're not reading some kind of PowerPoint bullet points off the board, but they're really actually presenting the material because they have it down themselves. Additionally, I think it would be great if students could do a video presentation where they're not reading the material, but they're presenting the material in video and able to incorporate cutaway images and just create a video content that is also a relevant skill to today's job market. Furthermore, I just want students to be able to really take a region or country or several countries and focus on applying the sociological concepts, the United Nations concepts to a particular country or region which they might not be that familiar with, but they can, over the semester, really apply these lessons to a particular country, how our country's measured based on social indicators, and what websites and what institutions measure such social outcomes, such as the World Happiness Report, or being able to measure inequalities of healthcare, or to measure democracy or the strength of social institutions. So we're going to really also understand the sources that should be used to find that kind of information and to assess sources in general. Part of what we're looking at and teaching in sociology are these critical thinking skills, and so we really need to be able to step back from the computer and be able to understand some of the basic concepts and to really apply them to a particular model without relying on technology to do it for us. So I look forward to another semester of Global Social Problems and seeing what the students bring to the table as far as really digging deep into a particular region in the globe and presenting that material to us as a class.